Welcome back to the Big Movie Mouth Off. We're here at Broovy Cinepub, still reviewing films. We haven't left forever. We're just staying here nonstop. I am Dream Martin, Slug Magazine.
And I'm Jeff Weiss with MSN Entertainment. You can find Big Movie Mouth Off on Xfinity On Demand, Utah On Demand, Channel 6. There's Salt Lake Alternative. There's actually a folder with Big Movie Mouth Off reviews. And now I am told also added back into some of the regularly nighttime programming. You can find us as well as our sister podcast, Geek Show Podcast, on there. So please to enjoy.
That is a lot of entertainment. A lot. Well, in this episode, we're going to be reviewing, I would say, the shaky handycam party movie called Project X. We'll be reviewing Disney's new John Carter. But we're going to start it off with the next animated Dr. Seuss film, The Lorax, brought to you by the same studio who brought you Despicable Me. Mm-hmm. This story follows Ted, who's voiced by Zac Efron. He's trying to impress a girl named Aubrey, voiced by Taylor Swift. And what is Aubrey like? Well, she likes trees. And the village they live in, Thneedville, doesn't have any. Everything's artificial. It's kind of weird looking. Pretty much like every Dr. Seuss film.
Right.
But so he goes out into the kind of the outskirts of their village and finds somebody called the Onceler who has a story to tell about where the trees went. And he's voiced by Ed Harris. And
Ed Helms.
Ed Helms. Not Ed Harris, stupid. And the Lorax, who comes in his story, is Danny DeVito, who...
Legendary defender of the trees.
He's the defender of the trees, and I'd almost say probably the one person you didn't have to animate in this film, because you could just paint up Danny DeVito orange, and he would look just fine.
And give him an orange mustache.
So, you want to know what happened to the trees? But I didn't think anyone still cared.
Well, that's me, the guy who still cares.
It all started a long time ago, when I accidentally summoned a mystical creature as old as time itself, the Lorax.
Hey, did you chop down this tree?
What's that?
I think he did it.
You need to change the way things are.
I won't let you down.
You got a beautiful town here, Ted. I can't think of any reason you'd ever want to go outside of town again.
Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. I think the Lorax meant for you to have this.
The last seed. It's not about what it is. It's about what it can become.
You know, I'm noticing something from feature adaptations of Dr. Seuss books. You either get terrible live-action ones, such as The Cat in the Hat or The Grinch, or you get passable animated versions. This actually also comes from the same studio that gave us, and some of the same animators who gave us Horton Hears a Who. Mm-hmm. They nail the look of Dr. Seuss. This looks like a Dr. Seuss book, albeit digitally animated and with 3D options. I would say for the most part, they didn't necessarily do stunt casting in terms of the voices. Yep. Zac Efron didn't bother me.
Yeah.
Danny DeVito didn't bother me. Ed Helms didn't bother me, although Ed Helms has an unfortunate tendency to want to sing songs in whatever film he appears in.
I think it's in his contract. I think it's in his contract.
Here lies one of the film's rubs. In order to pad out a storybook, limited number of pages to feature length, you've got to pad out the plot, and one way to do it is with songs. However, unfortunately, the filmmakers did not give us songs that occur in Seussian rhyme. Instead, we get very generic soundtrack-sounding songs that add nothing to the film whatsoever and make it seem longer than it should.
Yeah.
Which is really unfortunate because, again, they do get the look and, to a certain extent, the feel of Dr. Seuss writing. By the way, yes, this is pro-environment.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you think, I think if anything, this film is getting a lot of flack for being, you know, everybody's a tree hugger in this film. Well, yeah, it's about saving trees. I mean, like, where are you supposed to go on without that? But for me, and you're right about the musical numbers, and it's a shame that it goes this way because in a time right now when we just had the Muppets. And, and songs written by Brett McKenzie of Flight of the Conchords.
Oscar winner.
Yeah, Oscar winner Brett McKenzie now. You could have a kid's film with really funny music, you know, that I almost say it's dual layered. You know what I mean? Like there's a single message, but you know, if you actually listen to the lyrics, it's really funny. But with this one, you're right, they're generic. And they take the rhythm of the film to like just a dead standstill, absolutely dead standstill. Ruins the rhythm of it, you know, because it's a very funny film. I really liked all the characters in it. I think Ed Helms does a great job. Yes, he does sing in it. He's good at singing. You know, I kind of get him like that. I do kind of put him in that Zooey Deschanel kind of thing where it's like no matter where wherever she shows up, she has to sing. It's in their contract, fine. But the thing too is that I think Danny DeVito is a great voice for this film, but it's the side characters that actually make this a lot of fun. And it's not a Zac Efron-driven film. Ted is a part of it, but this is Ed Helms' film. This is Danny DeVito's film. The story
This is the cute animals film.
Yeah. You've got your woodland creatures. You know.
Yes, and you bring up Despicable Me, and the characters, the animal characters, definitely had that feel like the Minions did.
Yeah.
Like they were trying to, they were trying to sell stuffed toys. I don't shame them for that.
Yeah.
You're very smart to do so, and it's a way to further market your film.
Well, I mean, that's how they made. You know, that's how they're. I would say essentially making a Despicable Me too. I mean, like you made an iconic character. Now those little gremlin things are a lot more recognizable than bears, but you know.
No. Time out. Back up. Stop. Don't move an inch. Nobody's moving in here. You gotta go. Goodbye.
So who invited the giant furry peanut?
You calling me a peanut, huh? I'll go right up your nose.
Whoa! You wouldn't hit a woman.
Who? That's a woman?
They did a good time. I mean, like I've seen in time where films, I say they avoid the fart jokes a lot. You know, it's smarter than that, and I really do appreciate that. It's a film that the entire family can go and enjoy. In fact, I brought my entire family to go see it. And I say, in fact, I don't have kids, but I brought everything from my parents to my grandmother to this film, and we all really enjoyed it on multiple levels. I think it's great. I think it does have its problems, but those problems to me aren't detrimental to the film. You could cut out the musical numbers and you'd be just fine. So I'm giving it 3 stars. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it to an extent, but man, those musical numbers took me out of it.
They do, I know.
And it felt a little trying too hard to be cutesy and appeal to the kid audience. Though again, you got the look and the message right.
Yeah.
For that, I give it 2.5 stars.
That's not too far off then. We're kind of in the same Seuss world. All right, when we get back from this break, we're going to be talking about, like I said, the shaky-handed house party film, Project X. So we'll talk about it when we get back.